Ben Higgins just revealed details about his bachelor party. Hey guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. We have got to talk about Ben's bachelor party in Cabo, but before we get into it, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, I'm your host, Fiancée, joined by the wonderful Zachary Reality. So Zachary, we have been talking about this Cabo trip and all of the rumors that exploded when we saw a group of bachelor guys in Cabo together. Obviously, paradise is on the horizon. There were lots of questions about, could they be there the host? Could they be there to mentor people? What's going on? At the end of the day, it was Ben's bachelor party. They were there to celebrate his upcoming wedding. I have to say, I thought that was probably what was going on for the most part the whole time, but this could be a bummer. Some people I think were really hopeful that we were going to see them involved in paradise one way or another. How are you feeling about all of this now that the dust has settled and we have a clear picture of what was going on there?
Yeah, I think one of the first thoughts was, is this a boys' trip, or are they maybe going to Cabo before they go to Puerto Vallarta? And then Tia got thrown in the mix, and then I was like, maybe this isn't a boys' trip. Yeah, it seems like a lot of these guys from The Bachelor are already in relationships and wouldn't be going to Paradise because they're kind of already in relationships, as in they maybe not want to take time to be a host for 3 months or 2 months and get away from their partners. So it definitely makes sense that they were enjoying Ben Higgins' bachelor trip. And honestly, I'm just happy for Ben Higgins. He did have a long road on The Bachelor, a broken fiance with Lauren Bushnell. So it's good to see that Ben is happy celebrating his future wedding and that might be happening soon, and that these guys from The Bachelor are all still really close friends.
Yes, I am so with you. I think now that we have all the confirmation in the world, right, that this was his bachelor party, I am so charmed by the wonderful friendships that come out of the Bachelor franchise. I mean, some people go in, they look for love, they find love. Some people go in and they end up getting the guys that are going to be at their bachelor party, the girls that are going to be their bridesmaids. It just really is such a family, this franchise. But let's get into the details that he revealed of what went down at his bachelor weekend in Cabo during the May 11th episode of the Ben and Ashley I Almost Famous podcast. He shared some details of their trip. First of all, he totally kicked it off by sharing that everyone was able to get vaccinated before they went, that they tested before and after they traveled. So definitely he wanted to put a disclaimer out there that with everything going on in the world, they took all of the precautions, which is wonderful. He also shared that they got 2 separate houses, did a boat cruise, played golf one day, they hung by the pool. He said it was a really special time for him, which is amazing. He shared that one of his favorite memories came from the boat cruise they did. They were in the ocean, swimming around, everybody went to a beach. He shared, quote, everybody was climbing the rocks and building sandcastles and just running around, tackling each other into the water. I don't know. It was just awesome to see these buddies of mine who I've done that with my whole life, doing that as husbands, fathers, and adults. So very sentimental. I thought that was such a sweet memory to share. Obviously, that's going to be something he looks back on, for the rest of his life. Totally cute, all the things, but I have to say, it's a little tame for a bachelor party. This feels very Ben. I was so charmed by this. So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, Nick Viall said it in that TikTok they did. They call him Boring Ben for a reason. I mean, you would assume on a bachelor party that there would be strippers and maybe people jumping in the pool in the middle of the night. I don't even know. But you know what? Honestly, it seems like a great time with him and his friends. Strippers or not, you don't need all of that on a bachelor party. I do feel like the premise of a bachelor/bachelorette party is really just to hang out with your friends and really celebrate before you get married and sign your life away. But you brought up an interesting point about these bachelor friendships, because these people meet later on in life. They meet on this television show. They bond over being on this show and becoming famous and going into the public eye together. And some of these relationships, in the words of Rachel Lindsay, who said a couple of years back, some of these relationships are fickle and fleeting, and other relationships from The Bachelor are actually long lasting and do last a lifetime. So it was really nice to see this group of guys all together to celebrate Ben. It really shows that these friendships are genuine and that they actually mean something to him.
Oh, absolutely. I am so with you. I think you can really tell. I mean, they put some fun TikTok videos up. They definitely had some
Mhm,
fun on their social media stories, teasing fans. You could tell how much this weekend meant to everyone, how much fun they were having.
mhm.
To your point about wild bachelorette parties, strippers, all that jazz, what's really funny is Ben's fiance, Jessica, did have one rule for the trip. And you guys, think when you picture like fiance setting rules for bachelorette parties, it's typically no strippers, don't get crazy. And funny enough, she had a very unique rule. She said during the episode, I actually pulled one of your friends aside without you knowing, said I wanted you to have one night that you couldn't remember. So interesting order she gave his friends. Sounds like Ben followed the rules and reported back to her. She shared, it was when you won the booty shaking contest. That's when you told me it was. So clearly they did get up to some crazy fun. I think we would have all died to have seen Ben in a booty shaking contest, whatever that means. But I love this. I think this is so fun. Shows how strong of a bond they have, right? Like she's telling his friends, get him really drunk, get him out there, let him go
Mhm.
crazy, have fun. She didn't have a worry in the world that like anything bad could happen, right? It just shows that they're such a strong couple.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't trust your partner, you shouldn't be marrying them. So I definitely think that it's totally okay for him to have a wild night before he gets married and signs his life away. I keep on saying sign his life away, but before he gets married and has this big commitment, he's probably going to become a father soon and a husband. They're going to buy a house. He's going to have all these responsibilities. He's not going to be able to jet set to Cabo and hang out with all his boys all the time. So it's definitely important for Ben and anyone who is going on their bachelor and bachelorette trip to really just have fun and let loose, not necessarily with a stripper or like get really drunk, but just to have fun with your friends before you take on all of these responsibilities that being a husband and possibly a father has in store.
Right. And we know, I mean, being a husband, being a father, Ben is very sentimental. He's been looking for love. He's found it. Like, this is a big step in his life. And I definitely think, going back to the more like sentimental side, this means so much to him on so many different levels. He did talk about how his father is going to be his best man, which is so adorable, you guys. And his dad was actually supposed to join them on this trip to Cabo, but he's been experiencing some health issues. It sounds like everything is okay, but still some health issues to work through. Ben shared he got another heart surgery, so he wasn't able to go, but he videoed a toast for the dinner to me, and it was just super special. So, like I said, really leaning into those sentimental moments, making memories that will last a lifetime. Have to say, I really love that his dad is his best man. We know how important family is, but I do think that that is just such a special thing because you're going to be the father of the groom, right? That's a pretty big role on the wedding day, and to make him the best man out of all of his close guy friends really just shows how special their relationship is. I think
Mhm.
it's just safe to say we're so happy for him as he starts this next chapter.
Yes.
We want people in Bachelor Nation to find love, to be happy. He didn't find it in Bachelor Nation, but he's in a great place.
You know what? Making his dad his best man is not only super sweet and sentimental, it's also a smart move because guys could get catty just as much as girls could get catty. And some of these guys might have wanted to bro out and be Ben's best man. They might have fought over it, maybe got jealous of each other. I've seen it happen with guys just as much as it happens with girls, just like we see so much drama on The Bachelorette between the men, just as much, sometimes more than we see with the girls on The Bachelor. So it was definitely a smart move, and that's definitely super sentimental and sweet of Ben's family. I'm glad that he has a really solid family and foundation around him. That's really important, especially when you are going into a wedding. You want to have those people around you and involved as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, we're so happy for him. We could talk about him all day, but I am going to pivot now because we are very excited about Paradise. And somehow Ben's bachelorette party has become tangled up in a conversation with the future of Paradise. So let's check in about that for a second, Zachary. We really don't have that many concrete details, right? I think that's why people got so excited when all of a sudden some bachelor faces were all popping up in Mexico at the same time because we know they usually shoot not in Cabo, but in Puerto Vallarta. And I think people were just, I don't know, excited. We're on the edge of our seats. We know it's coming in August. We know that means they're going to have to be basically in pre-production right now, starting to film very, very soon. It looks like it's not going to happen in Cabo at the end of the day. That would be, a curveball. That would be a different choice on the production end. Where do we think it's going to film? I mean, do we feel like it's going to be Puerto Vallarta, business as usual, look and feel the same? Do we think it's going to feel different? What do you think? Are we going to get our regular Paradise season, or are they mixing it up?
I would assume that they were going to be filming in Puerto Vallarta because that's where they've been filming the past few years. But then with all the changes, like filming Matt's season in Pennsylvania, Claire/Tayshia's season in
Mm-hmm.
Palm Springs, now Katie's season is being filmed in New Mexico. That's not what we're used to, where we're used to them in a mansion. So with all of these changes going on in the Bachelor franchise, there really is no telling where they'll film. They might not even film it in Mexico. We also haven't gotten any signs that they have started filming. We know that they were assuming they're in pre-production, that they are getting set to film very, very shortly because we know the premiere is in August, but we really don't know who's going to officially be there yet or where they're going to film. So I think a lot of us Paradise fans are really looking forward to getting answers.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I love Paradise. Like, I love The Bachelor, I love The Bachelorette, but I have to tell
Mm.
you, Paradise has always been my favorite. I feel like that's where the real relationships, honestly, come to be. It feels a little less forced. Everything feels a little more real. I'm such a Paradise stan. I want to know who you're hoping to see, because I have to say, I love the girls from Peter's season. I love some of them. There were great women in Matt's season. We had great guys in Tayshia and Claire's season. Like, feels like there's a lot of great options. Who do you hope to see there? Are you shipping people that you hope end up on the beach together? Where are you?
I think a lot of the girls from Matt's season would be really good in Paradise, specifically Abigail. She is a fan favorite. She's super sweet. I know me as well as many other Bachelor Nation fans were super disappointed that she wasn't the Bachelorette. So I would like to see Abigail
Mhm.
on the beach. Hyatt Johnson, we know that might be a thing. We're not really sure. I also really want to see Kit. I think she is very sassy and spicy. I think she brings a lot to the show. I also think she'll have a great fashion for Paradise. I would also like to see Kelly
Mm.
Flanagan. She went through this tumultuous breakup with Peter Weber earlier this year, late last year. So I would like to see Kelly there get her redemption story, especially because she didn't get to share her story and go on the tell all last year when it was Peter's season. So she really
Right.
missed out. So I would like to see her in Paradise. And as far as the men, I want to see Ivan, I want to see Brendan, I want to see Ben. I think there's a lot of great options. So I hope that we can kind of make up for not having a Paradise last year due to the pandemic and really double it this year and get twice as many contestants, twice as much drama, and twice as much love stories. Is there anyone that you are looking forward in particular to seeing on Paradise this year?
Oh my gosh. So it's so funny because we're so aligned. I want all of
Uh
those
huh.
people there. I really loved Brendan on Tayshia's season. I do think Zach was the right choice. I'm very happy for Tayshia, but I would love to see more of Brendan. I kind of think they did him dirty at the end. They put a lot of pressure on the engagement of it all.
Mm.
And personally, I think that the best way to do it in Bachelor Nation is to basically get engaged and then see if you can make it work. So I think they really messed with his head. Definitely want to see him there. I have to say, I really loved, I don't know if you remember McKenna from Peter's season. Feel like they did her wrong. She got like no time with him at all. Felt kind of like Jasenia from Matt's season. Like, she didn't have a fighting chance. She didn't get any time with the guy. So would love to
Mhm.
see her on the beach. I still feel for Hannah Ann. I know she way back in Peter's season was teasing that she was interested in being in Paradise, and clearly it's been some time. So maybe she would still be willing to go. Piper, I mean, God, Bree, there are so many great
Agree.
faces that I think would make for a really great season. And we've seen random people, like you mentioned, popping up here, there together. So it does feel like if they put the right people on the beach, based on what we've been picking up on social media, we could really see some actual connections formed, which would be great because we need some more success stories. Let's face it. It's about time. We can't just have Tayshia and Zach. We need some more good fortune in the franchise. With all of that being said, you guys, we of course want to know who you want to see in Paradise. What are your hopes for the season? Let us know down in the comments. And of course, tell us all your thoughts on Ben's adorable Bachelor weekend. Let us know your feelings about that as well. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so we can keep you updated on all things Bachelor Nation. As always, I'm your host, Fiancée, joined by the wonderful Zachary Reality. If you want to come say hi, check out our socials. They are on the screen right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Bye.